Hey guys, my name is Pallo and I'll be sharing my experience of getting to medicine. But first of all, I'd like to send a shout out to Miss Seluleko for the feature. Really, the girl stays winning. So salute to you, ma'am. Let me take it way back, all the way back, to being that little kid who actually wanted to save lives and, I want to play hero, So I've always wanted to do medicine ever since I was a kid. My mother's a nurse, so I actually used to go to a workplace and I used to see how they actually, help people, I used to see how I remember once I saw my mother perform CPR on a patient who, was out of breath. And then I was like, whoa, I think my love for being a superhero actually began there. See my mother actually perform CPR, So, yeah, I've always wanted to be a medical doctor ever since I was a kid. But I'm a trick, guys. Wow. It's giving me flashbacks. Unpleasant flashbacks. Anyways, I remember in matric, guys, I was a rebel. I was a rebel child, guys. I remember I used to bunk school with my friends. We used to chase after girls, we used to be the cool kids, but we used to be the cool bad kids of the school, And as a result, that had a bad influence on my matric report, I remember I got, I think, 250s, and then I got about 360s. And then, yeah, I got 170, and we can all guess what that is. And I remember I got a 40, guys, in music. I did music and I got 40%. I remember I was like, oh, this is real, guys. I was like, wow, is this real? And so, but at the same time, I actually wanted to do medicine. I was like, doesn't make sense. My trick marks are here. Medicine is here. Doesn't level up, doesn't make sense, 1 + 1 is not 2, I'm like, okay. But life must move on, guys. So I remember I actually applied for a BSc. I got into a BSc degree. I majored in physiology and microbiology. And then I really did well, and I think in BSc, that's where I actually picked up myself. Like, you know what, I want to become a doctor one day, and for me to do that, I actually need to be serious. So that's when I became serious. I did well. I passed it cum laude. I remember, I think it was about 75% for my last 2 years. If I'm mistaken, 75, 76%. Yeah, for my last 2 years, So I really thought, hey, I stand a good chance of getting into medicine, I really need to get into GEMP, so I stood a good chance. So I remember I actually did GEMP. Sorry, I did the WAPT. I studied in my last year of study, right, undergrad, right. So, I remember getting these objectives, for the WAP, like, anatomy, physio, more med. So what you need to study. I was like, oh, it's a lot of work, But yeah, I remember I actually started studying late. I think I was around June. I was not serious. Started studying in June. And at the same time, I was not really studying proper, because I was focused on my undergrad. I used to focus on other things. I remember I used to travel a lot. And yeah, the focus was not there. Then came the day to write. Sure, guys, can I just say that I've never been so discouraged in my life. I remember I saw Qwabe, just saw a whole lot of people. I was like, what is this? Everyone that's writing, At some point I even thought, we're probably writing the same thing. No ways, That's how much people were there. There was just a whole lot of people, But yeah, I wrote, didn't go well. I remember I came back knowing that, no, I didn't do well, simply because I didn't prepare well, So, okay, it's fine. Let's move, And the same actually passed with cum laude. So I was like, damn, I passed well, but I won't get into medicine. But hey, so I remember the next year I looked for a job, right? So I started working as a counselor. So I worked as an HIV counselor for a year. And that's when I actually saw good, you know what? No, is I have to do medicine, you know. It actually did solidify my resolve to do medicine. And then I applied for honors. I didn't apply for the WAPT that year, for GEMP. So I just applied for honors. I'm like, okay, fine, let me do honors. And I'll take it from there, you know. So I applied for honors for medical physiology. Did honors. It was one of, actually, wow, that year was very tough. But also it's a year that actually, you know, revealed a lot of things about myself, you know. That year I actually grew substantially, you know. Substantially and exponentially I grew, you know, and holistically as well, you know, mentally, emotionally, sure. It was really incredible. But at the same time, I did not do well in my academics. I remember I got a 70% as an average, you know, for honors. You know, I actually literally saw my future drop in front of me. I was like, yo, 70%, guys, and you want to do GEMP. What can you do with a 70%? Anyways, so, and then also I remember I applied for medicine at Stellenbosch because I did my honors at Stellenbosch. So I remember people telling me that you have a better chance if you're a Stellenbosch student to do medicine at Stellenbosch. So I actually applied there. But the thing is, at Stellenbosch, they actually took the top students from each course, you know. So from medical physiology, they took the top student. From anatomy, top student, you know, mermaid, top student. They just took the top students from each course. And then, yeah. So it didn't matter if you actually passed with an 80%. It didn't matter because if your next top student was an 81%, you know you wouldn't get in. You know, so that was the downfall of everything. And so, just like that, I didn't get in Stellenbosch, you know, because of that, I didn't get in. So I was like, yo, so what next? You know, my only option was actually to go back to GEMP. So I remember, okay, so I planned, I was like, okay, fine, you know what, guys, let me rather do my master's at Wits, and then, yeah, we'll take it from there, you know. Also, I remember people telling me that when you actually at Wits, you actually have a better chance getting in when you're internal student than when you're an external student, right? So in 2018, I actually, applied for my master's, and then I registered September 2018. And I remember actually, you know, preparing to study for the WAPT because, I mean, I knew, okay, fine, you know what, I'm gonna write the chair and I'm actually gonna get into medicine. I was actually planning to get into medicine 2019 because I was actually still doing my master's 2018. So I applied for GEMP. And I started studying. I started studying January. That time I was like, you know, this time I'm going to pass this test. I'm going to do well, you know. Started studying January. And I was actually one of the early students because at Wits, when you apply early, you get a response early. Right, so that's what I did. Applied early, 1st of March, applied when they opened. And then I remember getting a response sometime in April. And guess what, guys? The response was declined. As in, unfortunately, regret to inform you that you do not meet the requirements for GEMP. I was like, how? Kanjani? I applied previously, I got an invite, and this time, not even an invite. Yo. So I went to Tabia. Tabia is actually the coordinator of GEMP. Right? She's the course coordinator for GEMP and for Bachelor of Clinical Medical Practice. That's BCMP, right? Yeah. For all those who know it, they call themselves clinical associates. So with Tabia, I go to her, I'm like, Tabia, kanjani? Why am I not invited to write? Whereby previously I was invited to write. So tabia we are bega mfita we are check la pia computer click student number click ya bega ka it's my metric, right? In metric I got a below 60% for English. That's how bad my metric was, guys. My metric, guys, was bad. Wow. Anyways, so I'm like, Evanna. So she's like, you got an invite previously because it was probably a mistake. Like someone, I could reveal administration, they actually do make mistakes, you know, they're human, they're the machine, so they're bound to make mistakes. So apparently I got an invite, game mistake for the first time. Yeah, but I'm like, okay. So she's like, no, you know, you need to work on your English. That's a minimum requirement, and then you're good to go. You know, you have the math, you have everything else, just the English. I'm like, okay. You know, I'm sure Vele for when you can't stipulate that you actually need to get in matric. They look at your math mark and your English, right? And then you need to get above 6% for both. If not above 6% for both, you actually can do university maths or English, and you just need to you just need to get an above 50%, and then you can actually you also just need to do a first year course in both. Yeah, well, and then plus the biology, you need to do a first year course. You also need to do first year course in physics, and yeah, just physics. As physics and chemistry, you know, physics and chemistry. And so what happened is that I was like, okay, fine, you know what, let me do my English, you know, and because I was serious about really getting into GEMP. So I applied with UNISA the following year, 2019, applied with UNISA. You know, I actually registered 2 modules with UNISA, 1 module for the first semester and 1 module for the second semester. Okay, and then I was like, this time showcase 2019, I'm gonna write the test. There 2019 came. Remember, I'm still doing my masters now. 2019 came, you know, applied, got the invitation. I was like, yeah, almost, you know. So I actually started studying. So in 2018, when I got the reject, I just stopped studying. I was demotivated like crazy. I just stopped. And then come 2019, January, I was so good to they want to invite me. So I actually started studying from January, guys. It's important to start studying from January. So I started studying from January, and then yeah, January right through September when you write. So just make sure you study. So I started studying from January, and then I got the invite. That time, guys, masters ngapa ihleli la. That's it, you know. So I have to do my masters. I have to do conferences. You know, with research, you must do conferences. You must go present your paper. You know, you must start writing. You must do data collection. So that's what I was doing, guys. 2019, that was me. And at the same time, I actually like to do English, right? You know, the modules that I applied for, first year modules, they pertain me reading a lot of poetry. Like I had to do a whole lot of poetry, guys. Yes, like it's like going to matric again. It's bad. So I had to read a lot of poetry. I had to read a lot, I think 3 novels for my exam, because we were writing essays. And then it was just a whole lot, guys. And at the same time, as a master student in Wits, because I actually did my master's in physiology, you actually have to mentor students at the same time. So I had to mentor honor student, you know. And then, it was just a lot. But I was like, you know what? As Misela, I want this thing badly. I'm going to do it. So that year is the year that I actually started grinding. Like I remember I had to be really disciplined and set up time. So I remember I did my masters by day and studied for the WAPT by night. So I remember I used to study from 9 to 12 every day. 9 to 12 p.m. Yeah, 9 to 12 a.m., sorry. From 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. I used to study and then go to sleep, wake up the next day, do my masters. By night I come back, 9 o'clock, straight discipline, you know. So I was also part of this group. It's called GEMP for the WAPT. Whereby it's a group of students it was a group of third year and fourth year students that are trying to help people who are trying to get into GEMP. So I remember also I used to, you know, give advices in the group and then, you know, give advices and so forth. It was really fun. I actually had fun. If you can, also subscribe to the group. It's on Telegram. And yeah, you get all the resources, you know, the summaries and so forth. And so I came to the day whereby I was actually WAPT day, right? Now it's time to write. I knew it was okay, fine. You know what, guys? I did the prep. You know, I did the studying. I put in the work. I'm gonna pass this test. I was so good. I'm gonna pass it. So I went in. Again, I was like, it's expected. It's fine. You know, let me go in. You register and whatnot. Kalapansi. They tell you find there's 3 sections. 3 sections. It's a 4-hour paper. You know, Momed, Anat, Physio. Go. So I started writing, guys, you know, like physio, yo, this thing is funny easy. I was like, damn, this thing is easy, you know. Anatomy, I was like, ridiculous, you know. Started writing, came Momed, guys. Yo. I was like, hey man. So Momed, okay, I started writing, you know, question 1, question 2, question 3. It's a multiple choice question. Start choosing my answers. As I was choosing my answers, guys, I literally felt my marks drop. This is a Momed. I was like, wow. But I knew which I passed, you know, because, yeah, I did put in the work. So the time we finished writing the WAPT, I knew that I passed. But at the same time, I actually beating myself with, you know, I should have done better. I could have done better, and I could have, you know, because, yeah, part of me was just beating myself up with, you know, I could have done better. But anyways, marks came through. I passed. They came through around, we wrote September. They came through October, first week? Is it? Yeah, but they came through really, really quick. You know, they were quick. I'm like, okay, good, you know. So I remember now I sent an email to Sandra Payne. Sandra Payne is the faculty registrar, and I also sent an email to Prof. Scarpa. Prof. Scarpa was actually the head then of UMI. Right. So I remember sending an email to them saying, hey guys, I'm a VET student, so can I be considered as a VET student, you know, because at VETs they actually take 70% of VET student and then 30% of external student, right? So I remember inquiring if I can actually be accepted as a VET student or considered as a VET student. And I remember them replying saying, Guti, no, you can't, because first of all, you don't have a degree from VETs. And then I remember Prof. Scarpa particularly saying that we actually encourage people to finish their masters first before doing GEMP, because GEMP is really hectic. It's really a lot of work, you know. So I'm like, yo, no ways, guys, another year, you know. I was like, yo, and I was not about to finish my masters in 2019. Okay, I was like, you know what, I can do both, you know. I've heard people doing both. I can do both. So I wait, you know. It's not the waiting game, you know. You just wait. December, you're waiting. December comes, there's nothing, guys. No response, you know, no acceptance letter. People are getting accepted left, right, and center. I'm like, yo, guys, January comes. I'm like, so it's real. I'm actually gonna do GEMP for 2021. So I remember, like, course starting, GEMP 1 started 6th January, and then I remember, yeah, back to first week down. And on to the second week. So I remember telling myself, yeah, no, I'm not in. You know, although I was waitlisted, but I remember telling myself, nah, it's official. I'm not going to get in, right? So I remember the second week they started on a Friday. I was actually in bed. I was actually very tired, so I decided to take a nap. So I took a nap, slept, you know. And I remember getting a call. You're sleeping on a Friday afternoon or Katela, you're from campus, you're tired that research shy pants, and then you're getting a call. I'm like, ish, you know, I remember just ignoring it. Like, So I remember actually looking, like I decided to wake up and looking, go to band, I'm singing my number, you know, 011. I'm like, no, man, but I know these numbers, you know. I'm on a Vets now, you know. I'm like, who can be calling me from Vets at this time? It was around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. So I'm calling back. Yeah, phone her back. I'm like, call me back. Okay, hello. Umuntu ngiphela nge-Afrikaans. I'm like, ubani lo? So I'm like, okay, I got a missed call from these numbers. And then the muntu Tabi's like, hey, Pallo, you know, because I know. It's like, hey, Pallo. So look, there's a space that actually opened up. I'm like, She's like, for GEMP. I'm like, yeah, you know. She's like, so I actually sent you an offer online. If you can accept it, it's fine. She said that she's gonna give me time to think about it, but I should accept the offer by Monday. I'm like, hey, man. I'm like, no, I'm gonna accept the offer now. She's like, no, think about it. I'm like, hey, woman, give me that offer. I'm accepting it now. She's like, okay, cool. It's fine. Yeah, but just make sure you accept it by Monday. I'm like, thank you, bye. Click. I'm like, yo, we're going online quickly. Your one offer's there. Accept. I'm like, heaven, you know. So yeah, guys, that is my experience. It's wow. Guys, if I can get into GEMP, guys, anyone can get into GEMP. Anyone really can get into GEMP, guys. Do not be discouraged. Work hard towards it. And yeah, as it is right now, I'm actually still doing my masters, guys. And I'm also doing GEMP. You know, it's hard to tackle both, but it's possible. I'm actually still in the writing phase. I'm writing at least. I'm done with the other course. I'm writing my masters. And yeah, guys, anything is possible. Through Christ, who strengthens you, anything indeed is possible. So, guys, hang in there, fight for it. You will get in one day.
Our greatest glory is never in falling, but in rising every time we fall. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel to get more videos like these. Thank you to the new subscribers, very much appreciated.